Everybody's got a coffee shop.
Yes, they do.
And
everybody wants Starbucks at church, right?
You know, we just did a church in Monroe, Louisiana, and they had I won't say a coffee shop, but for each like the children's, the youth, and the church, a meeting gathering area for each one. That was in their church.
Kind of like a cafe.
Kind of like a little cafe for each one. And it was done very well. I loved what they did.
We did one in Mississippi that they have a huge.
Yes.
Kind of, it's like a cafe and a coffee shop, and
yes.
I mean, and they do a lot of food service in there.
Yeah, they serve food between services, after service, so you can go to church there and get a pizza on the way out, or stop and eat. There's plenty of room to do it. It may be as good as any restaurant you'll see.
Yeah.
It's really done nice.
And when they host and they bring people in, even during the week, they'll have food there for them,
yes.
and they use that for a lot of different things, which is pretty cool. And so one thing with your background is you did a lot of commercial properties before you started just doing churches, and you've done a lot of huge churches that also have lots of elements of those commercial properties.
That's right.
I know we did for a church camp, we did one of the largest commercial kitchens in the state of Oklahoma, I believe, at
That's
the time.
Right. It would feed 1,000 people.
Yeah.
At a time.
Yeah, 1,000 kids. Imagine feeding that at one time.
Can you imagine being there? But you know, the churches we build today are not. They have all those elements. They are performing arts centers. There are restaurants. There's cafes. There's all kinds of things in them, and that's what churches are trending to today.
They're making it a place of community.
Yes.
And so I think that's a big word, and that's trending as community. So they want people to come. They want their kids to come. They want to have them there multiple days of the
Absolutely.
week. And I know church has gone from being a place where you only go on Sunday, to being a place where people are frequenting a lot more, and they want them to come and stay and enjoy it, have coffee.
I went into a church this week, and in their lobby, it was a regular day, and there's guys in there on their computer, and I asked the guy, what are they doing? He said, well, they're working. They stop in, they bring their computer, and now you see these workplaces that people are doing in the city, particularly, where you just come in. It's like a work cafe. Well, I saw that in the church this week. It was
cool.
really neat.
What a neat idea. And any of the trends that are happening around town, of course, they're going to influence the church.
Yes.
And it's neat that churches are opening their doors and getting people in for different things.
Yes. Welcoming. They welcome the public.
And if you can get them in there to work, they'll feel more comfortable to
Absolutely.
come into a service.
Yes.
For somebody that's maybe a little bit anxious about going to church.
Quick story about a coffee shop. This pastor had a coffee shop, and he left it open during service. And he said, my service was full anyway. And he said this one lady, she would come, but her husband would wait. He wouldn't come to church. So finally, he got tired of waiting in his car, and he came to the coffee shop. And then the service was on the screen. Next thing you know, he was in service. He's born again. And that transition was a great transition for him.